Okay, recording has started. Good morning. Thank you all for joining today. We just put our list together, the staff here, Brent, Jody, and myself, before we got on the call, and it is a long one. There is a lot going on. So for those of you who have participated in this before, we really try to make this sort of a fast and furious rundown of all the stuff that we're seeing in the economy, all the stuff we're working on. And whatnot. But I do, as always, want to give everyone an opportunity to introduce themselves so you know who is here, and as best we can try to be able to do some good networking, because really that's one of the great values we certainly saw when we were in person on this. So I mentioned I'm on here. We've got Brent and Jody from our team, but I'm going to go down the participant list here. And if you could, just introduce yourself and who you're with and what your organization does. So I'm going to start right at the top here. Charmaine, you just jumped on. Charmaine Fletcher.
Good morning. Charmaine Fletcher with Shiawassee RESD. I'm Associate Superintendent and CTE Director for the county.
Thank you, Charmaine. Becky, you're next.
My name is Becky Delkey. I'm the Community Resource Manager at Memorial Healthcare.
All right, Matt, I see you.
Yes, you do. Good morning, Matt Fox, Fifth Third Bank. I'm a relationship manager and I'm a financial wellness coordinator for Shiawassee County in our Mid-Michigan region, and truly enjoy what I do. So thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Matt. Jennifer Marsh.
Good morning, Jennifer Marsh with First National Bank of Michigan. We are a Michigan-owned community bank, and happy to be here and like participating in the in these events. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. We're going to keep the financial institution run going here. John Knickerbocker.
Yeah, good morning. I was just thinking, it's must all us financial people just get up in the morning and go to meetings and stuff. So John Knickerbocker, PFCU Credit Union. Some of you that have been around, it's the old SageLink Credit Union. We merged a couple of years ago, but we have branches in Owasso and also in Durand and Shiawassee County, and then we go all the way almost to Grand Rapids to Caledonia Township over there. So pleasure to meet everyone, community engagement coordinator. So I'm the one that gets to have fun going to all these meetings and missing out on my donuts and coffee this morning.
I know. Yeah. As many of you know, Mark Agnew, they sponsor our normal donuts from Bee's Bakery here, and we're just virtual donuts today. We will bring them back whenever we come back in person. Lena Miller's next on my list. Lena, you want to introduce yourself?
Sorry, Justin, I was trying to figure out if I was muted or not.
No, you're good.
Just introducing ourselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yep. That's where we're at right now.
Okay. Work for Shiawassee RESD as one of my employers. I also work with SEDP and Mid-Michigan MySTEM. And basically what that means to you is I'm the go-to education gal for connecting students with work-based learning and career opportunities.
Very good. Oh, it's my friend Fred next on the list. Fred Pittman.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing fine this morning. But I'm the Veterans Employment Representative with the State of Michigan Veterans Employment Services. So I basically look for employment opportunities for our veterans and get that information to our veteran career advisors and our community partners. So hope everything's well with everyone this morning.
Thank you, Fred. I see the chamber number. I'm assuming that's Greg Klapko. Greg, is that you?
Yes, good morning. Hello, everyone. Greg Klapko with the Chamber. Good to be here this morning.
Awesome. And I know that number. That's Tyler DeBraybander from MEDC, right?
Hey, Justin. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for jumping on. I think, did I miss anybody? I think that's everybody. Okay, if anyone else jumps on, we'll obviously have them introduce themselves. Let's get right into it. Boy, I got to tell you guys, I was having a conversation with one of our top companies yesterday, and there's obviously a really big mix of conflicting things happening, you know, in regards to the economy right now, good and bad, which we don't need to go into. But I will tell you, at least in Shiawassee County, things are absolutely red hot right now. A good stat that I think crystallizes it, back in February, we were at 3.7% unemployment in the county. And most of you know, 4% is always historically be considered full employment. I consider full employment anyone that wants a job can get a job. We spiked to 29%, a little over 29% in that April, May time period when everything was shut down, including our factories. Today, the latest numbers from the state, we are back to 4.0% unemployment. We have almost completely recovered job-wise in this county. And I think what's really remarkable that I still haven't quite totally wrapped my arms around yet, I have some ideas, but our average, our unemployment average is almost 3% below the state average, which we've never seen that. Normally we track right about with the average or maybe even slightly ahead, but they're hovering, the state, is hovering closer to 7% unemployment. I will tell you, I think a primary driver is what the job mix is. So, you know, we're obviously much more heavily weighted in the factory and farming and blue collar, hands-on type position. You know, we don't have as much hospitality, tourism, hotels, you know, we have some of it, we have some of all of it, but we don't have a lot of it. You know, I think about a company like a Crest Marine, I want to talk about them here in a second. You know, 300 workers, you know, probably, you know, 30 or 40 of our restaurants might add up to 300 workers. So I've mentioned all this to you to give you a flavor of obviously what's happening in the economy, to maybe tell you why Shiawassee County is actually doing a little bit better than average. And I got to tell you, even at 4%, the job market is absolutely red hot. I mean, it was hot before this. You guys know we've been talking talent for a couple of years now. We've been doing a lot to address it, including our great partnerships with the RESD with Lena and Charmaine, and obviously Fred, we're working with you for veterans help, but it's incredible right now. And I just want to give you a quick rundown just to crystallize some of this for you, because I know one of the great values that you guys see in these calls are some of the companies themselves that we're working with. So we talked to National Composites. They're one of our composite manufacturers on Delaney Road in Owasso Township. They have had massive growth. They're somewhere in the neighborhood or had been hiring about 25 people. I talked to Crest Marine just yesterday. They have now, even though they have been growing, and you've seen some advertising on them, they now have immediately openings for 50 more people. 50. Stunning, beautifully stunning, but still stunning. Talked to Josh's Frogs the other day, another great success story here, not manufacturing. You know, they're the online pet store, more of an e-commerce business. They have 16 openings right now. The big one, and we do have Becky on from the hospital. I talked to Michaela Kruzan over there, the HR person at Memorial. She told me, I think this was a week or two ago, they had 118 openings at Memorial. So, you know, that's just add them up. I mean, I would tell you, we might have close to 1,000 openings in this county today, still, even at 4% unemployment. So it's very heartening to see that a lot going on in terms of hiring. So we can definitely talk more about that, but I just want to give you a picture there overall of what's transpiring in the employment market. And we're going to keep talking about it, and we're going to keep addressing talent needs, because that is clearly top priority. A couple of other project highlights I did want to hit, and actually this is very recent. When I say recent, last night, a couple of you heard me start talking about this before we started the call. I was at Owasso Charter Township. They had a Zoom meeting for their planning commission. We got approval for Crest pontoons, building expansion. You probably saw we did a groundbreaking on that a while back. They're putting up a 12,000 square foot building. Well, we got Township Planning Commission approval for their site plan last night. So that is now officially moving ahead. They'll be putting on a new warehouse addition. Ron Mallory, I don't know if some of you know Ron, he's actually going to be the one to put that up. Also last night, this is definitely, I think, new to everybody here. We had a great business we located in downtown Owasso about 10 years ago called Trust Thermal. They're an environmental services company. So they do lead abatement, mold abatement, asbestos abatement. You know, think about the people that go into some of these older buildings and, you know, wear the white suits and, you know, take out the bad stuff when they're, you know, rehabbing the property. That's what they do. Great business, great paying jobs. They have been in downtown Owasso by the river at, for those of you know, right in downtown, right at Water and Washington Street by the bowling alley. They are going to be moving out across from Crest Marine on 52. So they purchased property at M52 and Delaney Road. For those of you who know that intersection right there, major intersection, they bought property on the northeast part of that intersection, if I can orient you as you're coming in or out of town. So they are going to be moving out there. They got a use permit from that same planning commission last night. So they're going to start that process. They're going to move into the existing facilities that are there now, but they also have plans down the road for additional growth. So there'll be some additional construction, hopefully, new buildings, things like that down the road. So that has created another domino by them moving. My gym, for those of you that know, I'm a big gym guy now, Fitness Coliseum on Bennington Road, they are buying the Trust Thermal building in downtown Owasso and are going to be moving from basically out in the country to downtown and bringing the operation there. So that is going to be an awesome business to have in downtown Owasso because you're going to be bringing, you know, a few hundred members. People are going to be there daily working out. It's going to help the coffee shops, the restaurants, you know, things like that. So that was a domino effect of getting the approval last night from Owasso Township. So that is just, you know, obviously I love it as it being my gym, but it's just awesome news, I think, for our downtown and for Fitness Coliseum as well. So very, very happy about that. I think those are the company updates that I had. I do want to jump into development. This is something that, you know, once again, you've heard us talk about real estate development, particularly housing development, is really becoming very top of mind. In fact, for those of you that saw the paper, at the end of the year, I did a story with the Argus Press, and I was asked for predictions for 2021. And one of them that I gave was that we would hopefully have more housing starts in Shiawassee County than any year during my career. And I've been doing this almost 19 years. So that would be single family homes, condos, apartments, things like that. And I think we're already off to a very good start. We did announce in 2020 this project, but it is gaining traction. Actually, a dual project on the north side of Owasso. Tom Cook and Ann Owens, many of you know them, going to be putting in a 14-unit subdivision north of North Street, north of the RESD building. I was just talking to some folks on it yesterday. That is gaining traction and looking like we're going to definitely have a 2021 start for those homes. So that's great. Also, along with that, the same builder is going to be doing condos in the Woodland Trails area, which is by the high school, northeast of the northeast corner of Gould and North Street by the high school, for those of you that know that area. Another thing that came up yesterday, the city of Owasso is got an opportunity for a brownfield grant on Monroe Street. So Monroe is on the south side of downtown. Once again, for those that are familiar, they own the former Redmond's property, which was a factory that was there 100 years ago. They want to turn it into essentially a townhouse row development. So single family attached homes that are all connected. It's a long, narrow piece of property, so it's hard to do like a traditional subdivision layout. And so they want to put that there. They have an opportunity for a grant to do some cleanup and remediation and get the site ready for development. And so they are now actively seeking developers for that. So I know we have some lenders on the call here today. Certainly there might be a lending opportunity, but if you know of any developers that would be interested, please let us know. Along with that, we're also working with Nathan, and I want to give him a lot of credit. He has really been a leader amongst local government officials on this. We're going to put together an RFP for developers for city-owned property. So, the city owns other sites in the area. They want to see housing. They want to see population growth. So we're going to try to work to further these efforts to get more single-family homes online, more condos, more apartments. So you're going to see and hear a lot more from us in 2021 as it relates to housing development. Another thing we're working on, and I'm actually going to have Brent jump in here on this one. He's got a few updates for you, but industrial real estate is critical for us. So we've got to get more buildings online. You've heard us once again talk about it a lot. We've got some things cooking right now with the Detroit Regional Partnership. We've got some things going with Michigan Economic Development Corporation with site readiness. So Brent, do you want to cover some of those items?
Yeah, I can give just a couple of quick updates there. So the Detroit Regional Partnership, who we've been working with for the past several years on attraction, is stepping up their efforts in introducing a vetted sites program in which they really want to identify the best properties throughout the 11-county region they work with to really focus their marketing efforts on attraction on those properties. And fortunately, we've got a few really great sites that are already emerging throughout that process. Parmenter Road in Corona, Delaney Road in Wausau Township, as well as a few other sites we're going to have looked at there. So we're real confident that our attraction activities are going to really see some more activity there and help us get more industrial development underway. That's been a problem for us going back several years now, as a lot of business attraction projects are really preferring existing buildings to greenfield sites, which is what we have most to offer. And then we're continuing work on our projects in partnership with MEDC on the site readiness grants. Those should be continuing throughout probably the rest of 2021, as a lot of those processes have been slowed like a lot of things have. But we are continuing to work on those and getting some due diligence and preliminary site planning done on our premier properties.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Brent. This actually, I'm going to keep giving you the floor here. Do you want to give everybody an update? We got a lot of different events coming up, virtual, mostly virtual. We do have one event I want to have Greg Klapko talk about that's coming up next week. But do you want to talk about some of the other event opportunities that are on the docket?
Why don't we have Greg kick off while I get my list in front of me?
All right, Greg, do you want to talk about the Business Model Canvas event coming up next week?
Yes. Thanks for the opportunity, Justin. We've got that coming up. Boy, the time sure flies here in the new year. When we set this up, I thought we had plenty of time, but it's actually next Thursday, February the 4th. It is a virtual event with a in-person option. So those of you that would like to attend in person, we can socially distance down in the lower level here at the Armory, and of course offer it virtually for everyone. There'll be a Zoom link for that, and This is with our friends at Covenant Eyes. Brian Delorge, the Director of Entrepreneurship there, is going to do the Ain't No Model Like a Business Model. And he has done this previously. This is kind of he has a 2 steps for this. This is a 1.0 introductory version of this. And, their philosophy at Covenant Eyes is, iron sharpens iron. And they would like to give other businesses an opportunity to look at these business models. And, it's free of charge. We'd love to have you come. And of course, if you would, please contact us directly here at the Chamber. Of course, Justin is helping us promote this event too, so feel free to connect with either one of us to join us for this event next Thursday at noon here at the Armory, or again, virtually. And thanks for the opportunity to let me promote that, Justin.
Sure. Thank you, Greg. Brent, are you got your list?
Yep, we're ready to go.
Okay,
so
go
just
ahead.
a few webinars to make everybody aware of. Starting as early as next week, we are actually promoting an event with the PACE financing. So you may be familiar with this, but PACE financing is a way to finance energy efficiency upgrades in your building. We worked with Lean and Green Michigan last year to get Shiawassee County set up to offer this financing tool. So now that it is something that businesses in the community have access to, if it's something you want to learn more about, we can get you the specifics on how to sign up for that program. That'll be February 3rd at 11 a.m. As Greg has already gone over, we've got the business model canvassing event on the 4th. We are actually just going to be sending out an invite for the next round of the joint Chamber of Commerce and SEDP e-commerce group. This will be an event held on February 25th, and that will be focusing on product photography and how to improve your online marketing presence. We've got a great speaker with Michael Jordan of David Lauren Photographic, who has 30 years of experience in product photography, and he'll be available to help go over everything from sort of basics and introductory pieces to, the more experienced groups just trying to refine what they're doing. So if that sounds like it's of interest, keep an eye on your inbox. The formal invite will be coming forward soon. And then one that we have just penciled into the calendar for February 9th will be a program with our friends at the the Michigan Manufacturing Technology Center, MMTC. They're a program that offers manufacturers market data, operations expertise, and they can really come in and help companies refine their operations to reduce scrap, increase efficiencies, find the best way of doing business. So to learn more about what their offerings are, again, that one's going to be on February 9th at 2 p.m. Again, the formal and official email invites will be forthcoming.
Great. One more too. We have USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Tuesday next week. Is that right, Brent? I think 11 a.m. Yes. Some of you know USDA in different capacities. They have programs for local governments, local business. They have financing programs for our lenders here, which you're probably aware of. They have some nonprofit stuff. So they've got some dollars right now, and they're looking to try to get them out the door. So that is going to be a webinar Tuesday the 2nd. Look at the calendar. Tuesday the 2nd at 11 a.m. They're going to talk about that. So that's another one. And I would just say, check your emails on this. We'll make sure that you get that information shared out to you. In fact, I think most of these, or some of these, you've already received, hopefully, by email. 3 more things I want to hit real quick, and then we'll open it up. It's 8:27. We want to be respectful of your time. We are finalizing the recipients for the MEDC Small Business Grant Program. Thank you, Tyler, and our friends at MEDC for their support on this. We will be able to give out 31 grants to small businesses in the county that have been impacted by the virus. I believe we received 107 applications. Is that right, Brent or Jody? Somewhere in that neighborhood. It was between 100 and
104, I think.
104. So going through that process right now. So hopefully we'll have some announcements on that here in the coming, probably coming days. It won't be, it might be a couple weeks, but not too long. Got to get that money out the door. Another thing we're excited about, and I don't have a time on this yet, but we are wrapping up that child care assessment that we've talked about on previous calls. And we've got some really good information. We've had some great participation in that from a number of employers and community stakeholders. And just a refresher for those that don't know, we want to identify ways to get more offerings, both quantity and cost affordability for childcare in Shiawassee County. We have a lot of great providers already, but given everything happening with virtual and whatnot, having more access is key. So this assessment will hopefully help inform existing providers on operations and opportunities, maybe help some entrepreneurs start a childcare and potentially attract some new providers to locate in the community. So that work is wrapping up, and I do anticipate we'll have some kind of a public presentation in, probably sometime in February. And the last thing I want to mention, I know Becky's on right now. I won't call on her, but I do want to thank Memorial Healthcare and our health department. They have been in regular communication with us regarding the vaccine situation. Certainly everyone knows that that is going to be the key to really cementing our turnaround and getting out of the pandemic is getting those vaccines done. And so those are our go-to local sources for that, Memorial Healthcare and the health department. And so they're doing their best. Unfortunately, we don't have enough vaccines right now, but they're doing what they can. And we're going to continue to communicate those opportunities to get the vaccine to our organizations and individuals here. So lots of stuff going on. We tried to buzz through that as quickly as possible. A lot of meat on the bone, and it is 8:29, but I do want to give folks an opportunity. If you want to ask any questions about what we talked about or anything else, let's open the floor up right now. Anybody have anything? Anybody have any comments or questions? I do see, and I do want to call them out. They have joined since we did our introductions. Our friend Lucy Ham, a great real estate person here in the community, and then our friend Rich Doherty from Rivers. Well, Rich, you got a few companies, so Rivers Fab and Welding, a couple other things going on. So I do want to introduce you too. So any comments or questions from anybody? Okay, well, we are right at 8:30. We did promise you 30 minutes, and we're right on time today, which I'm glad for. You are all certainly welcome to contact us anytime you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you need anything, and we'll keep you informed on what's happening, and we'll definitely be back next month, maybe in person. We'll see. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.